I have no idea how the audio is going to be or how this is going to work, but I'm about to go on a drive to get my girl. So let's have a little chat, you know what I'm saying? But basically, what's going on, y'all? But, yeah, so obviously we have had President Trump in office for, I don't know, 100 days now, 100 something days probably. I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's like 100 days, 101 days. That interview just came out. I watched it, the interview with ABC News. I mean, Trump is still witty. He's quick with it. He's on his feet. Oh, real quick, just to start it off with, I did vote for Donald Trump, like, just to be as transparent as possible. And I don't really care who you voted for. It doesn't really matter. I just voted for what I believed in, and I thought that the Kamala campaign was too prominent with censorship. And, yeah, so pretty much I voted for Trump. And I'm not going to say he's done great, but also I don't really mind what he's done too much. See, I don't buy a lot of products, so the whole, like, Chinese, like, tariffs don't really affect me too much. Like, I don't really buy a lot of stuff from Temu, Shein, or Amazon. I just buy mainly, like, tools. Like, I don't even really buy a lot of clothes, if I'm going to be honest with you. Kind of just save money, invest, stuff like that. But basically, the main reason why I want to have a conversation is because the main thing I want to see, right, is, like, gas prices truly be lowered. So one of the main things Trump campaigned on was digging for oil, drill, baby, drill. And listen, I love the environment. I'm very big on nature. Like, I love that shit. Don't get me wrong. There's times when nature needs to be protected, but there's also times where there's so much oil that is untapped that we just need to get that shit going. And if we can get the oil going and get the price of gas down, which is an input cost, basically the price of everything else isn't going to come down drastically, but you got to think of it in a way where shipping is going to cost less. The price of gas and oil is it's cheaper. So it's just more beneficial to all of us. And plus, obviously, travel for us is going to be cheaper too. So, I mean, I'm going to give it more time, like, obviously, till the summer. Now, I haven't seen a drastic decrease in gas. Like, gas by me is like $2.85. Like, sometimes it'll get to $2.72. But realistically, I want to see gas at like $2.30, because I think since I've been driving, since 2021, I've never seen gas that cheap, ever. So that would be huge. Like, I drive a 2025 Camry. I basically get around 40 to 50 miles per gallon daily, like, average driving. Like, just driving how I normally drive, not doing anything specific, and which is really good. So with gas being that cheap, it's going to be easier for me to travel, easier for me to do things, save more money that way. And like I was saying, it's an input cost, so if it's cheaper for truckers and ships to get oil and gas for their machines, like even diesel fuel, like all that stuff is cheaper, it's literally an input cost. So the price of things will have to come down. And if things are made in America, and once there's a certain supply of things, prices will even out. Now, they'll never be the same cheapness, but you also have to think of it in a sense where, like, I don't think any of this shit is going to work out, if I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I'm holding hope that it does work out, that there is major change. You have to think of it in a sense where, like, if it was that easy, they were looking. You think if it would have been that easy, there would have been somebody else who would have done it before Trump, and basically, I don't know for sure if it's going to work, but if it does work, that would be super cool, because let's say there is a war to break out between superpowers. Now, if there is, it's probably realistically going to be nukes. We're all going to be fucking finitoed. But let's say there is a war that plays out, and we need ammo, and we need certain things for tanks and military vehicles. We don't build anything out here. We literally don't. Everything is made in China. Everything is outsourced in China. So it's like we need to really bring that back to America, and that will bring a lot of jobs. And yeah, it's going to take a lot of time for industries to build new factories, yes. We also have to think of the same sentence where not a lot of companies are even running at max capacity. Not a lot of industries are. So if they have more demand, which is hard to say is going to happen because we love cheap things, but realistically, you have to think of it like this. Like, you might spend 30% more on an American-made product, right? But you're helping out your fellow consumer, right? And your fellow, like, American, and it's good for the economy in that sense. And yeah, you help the fellow consumer because you allow that business, that American-made business, and let's say it's a mom-and-pop shop specifically, you allow them to go out and buy more materials to make more profit, and then eventually they'll have so much supply that hopefully prices even out. Like I was saying, I never think they'll be the same like how they were, as cheap as they were, but in the same sense, you might pay like 20% more instead of 30 to 40% more, whereas, you know, we're still buying things in America, and that's just better for us. Like, realistically, it really is, because if time ever came down to it, we don't want to rely on a foreign country to supply us with all of our materials, our ammo, so it's just better for us. But yeah, the main thing is, like, I just want to see the price of gas come down, like, seriously. So if the price of gas comes down, that'll make me pretty happy. Like I said, I'll give it some more time. I want to see gas, like I said, at around $2.30, $2.40. It's only been 100 days, and I have been hearing things. There has been a lot of change. The one thing, like, I'm not too certain of is Doge, right? And I don't really care that they cut a lot of jobs from a lot of these government workers, because I'm sure a ton of people weren't at work, and they were just sitting on their ass getting paid a ton of money to do nothing. So who cares about that? Like, you know, they still have tons of money. They're still chilling. Like, they're way better off than I am and you. So it's like, who cares, realistically? Like, why are we so hurt about that? But the main thing is the Doge cuts. The amount of money they say that they've saved, I don't fully believe. I don't know if it's true. But hopefully they made cuts to certain programs that allow them to even save more money, like, than they have, and hopefully trade deals do get worked out. Hopefully we just bring more manufacturing to America. And like I said, I don't really think this shit's gonna work, but if it does, that'd be super cool, because realistically, we do need to buy American-made stuff. Honestly, you should be buying good quality products over cheap, shitty products. Now, don't get me wrong, I've bought a lot of Chinese tools, and they're relatively good products. Like, I don't buy a lot of Chinese things, but I do have quite a decent amount of Chinese tools, because on Amazon it's just so cheap, and they've worked, you know, and everything is made in China. So, I mean, everything. So it doesn't really matter. But that's the end of my video. Anyway, see you guys later. Take care.